boy, people about to be pissed on these food stamps that like they Coke and they sodas and they artificial sweeteners and they little
cloud pouring, heart
cakes.
stopping, diabetes prerequisite.
I wasn't even coming at. But
I'm
okay.
just saying.
That's not how it's coming.
Okay.
But okay. But no, listen. People are going to be pissed because now people are going to be pissed because they're going to feel like you're making a decision for them. My body, my choice kind of thing with their food stamps. Watch. So shut up.
Hey, okay.
Food stamps.
But let me say my 2 cents real quick. Okay, you're making the choice for them because you're getting the support from us. You know what I'm saying? They want to help you make better choices because we paying for it.
Yeah, we paying for it. But
so you pay for it yourself, get whatever you want.
But obviously now food stamps are going to be weighed differently from the junk processing. This is what they want to weigh it differently. They want you to be buying healthy choices with your food stamps.
That's
and
good.
I agree with that too. Because you know what? When you start building a health, food is one of those things that does, and this not on no new agey stuff and none of that stuff, because I believe in Jesus. But food is, when you eat lower quality foods, you kind of hover, you kind of move in this world differently. Your energy is differently.
Slow.
Yeah, you kind of vibrate a little differently. You know what I'm saying? But when you eat high quality foods, you ever notice you're a little bit
feel better.
You feel better, your mind's better, you can make better choices. But when it's low quality food, you keep yourself in a low quality rut. So you know, snacks are good here and now. I love my little snacks, but I can only live a life of them.
It's sort of an iconic moment. Beef tallow for the fries. Making America healthy again. You gotta love it, right? And
I'm sorry,
loved it.
RFK.
yeah, and you gotta
Loved
say
it.
like,
JFK.
this is the
RFK.
good first step, right? Like, there's no such thing as perfect, and we gotta unwind a lot of poisons in our food and healthcare industries. But this is a good first step, right? Like this major brand deciding to go healthy.
It's remarkable. And I will tell you this, my very next meeting that we will be discussing today is with Secretary Kennedy, but also across the federal government, how we take the MAHA Commission, but more importantly, the new MAHA movement, and how we fold that into real policy enactment for the American people. For me at USDA, obviously agriculture and the production of our food is a big part of that. But also, Benny, what your viewers may not know is that I'm in charge of food stamps. It's the largest part of the USDA budget. The fact that our taxpayers are funding the food stamp program to the numbers in the hundreds of billions, and yet people on food stamps, which are those with the least among us, those at the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder, are taking that and spending it because they can on Cokes, on sugary snacks, on candy, and that has to change. It has to change. So not only, I think, is Secretary Kennedy bringing a whole new energy and narrative and framing to what it is we're working to do, which is not only make America great again, but make America healthy again. But for me, the exciting part is to get to work together as a cabinet, as a team for President Trump in this, I believe, revolution. We're in a revolution in many ways, returning our country to the people, peace through strength, securing our border, but also making America healthy again. It's a revolution, and what a joy to be a part of it.
I know we're up against a hard out, but very quickly here, you mentioned food stamps. This is something that's a thorn in a lot of people's paw that really want to get America healthy, is that food stamps can be used to purchase some of the most unhealthy products on the market.
Oh, yeah,
What's
absolutely.
your plan to deal with that, to regulate it, to change that? Is there a plan?
Well, the good news is, and I am such a believer, Benny, you know this, in federalism and the 10th Amendment and the founders' vision of a little bitty federal government and the power being with the people out in the states and the local communities. I'm working with more than a dozen governors right now, because what has to happen to be able to effectuate that is the states themselves have to seek a waiver, and then we at USDA grant the waiver. Can you believe we're going to waive you from, basically feeding your children, your poor children, lots of bad things? But I'm working with those governors already. I'm already working with Secretary Kennedy. You're going to be seeing a lot of announcements on this over the coming months. I'm also working on the Hill with Congress to see if there is a way to move forward at the federal level. So my approach has always been all hands on deck. We've got a country to save. We have a population with a chronic disease problem, with obesity problem, whatever USDA can do to help on that. But Benny, I have to say at the same time, protecting and defending our American farmers and ranchers and producers. There is a balance there. And so my job, if done correctly, is to ensure we're doing everything we can to create an environment where our ag producers and farmers and ranchers can thrive like never before. The president would say, tell them we're going to make them rich like never before, but at the same time, balancing that healthy piece of it. And so, again, it's not easy. It's a little sticky, no pun intended, but I do believe we're going to get it done.
Okay, great. I mean, that'd be awesome to see, to help the American rancher, right? To see steaks and fresh food and vegetables and fruit instead of hyper-processed, highly processed chemicals, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. It's really good for everyone. Yes. We've just got to kind of move into this new era. We are disruptors. The president is a transformational president, and we're doing everything we can to ensure that in this moment we're meeting it and doing things that will hopefully change the trajectory of this country forever.
Brooke, I didn't know it was on a state level. That's actually news to me. We're gonna that's news to me, and we hope you'll come back and we'll talk to us more about that, because obviously everyone wants healthy children in this country.
Amen. Amen to that, including you and your 4 and me and my 4.
Wow.
Let me tell you something.
He got 4 kids.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had 4.
Listen, it's gonna be some hood women like, what? My baby like that cereal, B. My baby like that cereal.
Please, I cannot. I cannot.
Yo, you about to have an uproar. You saying folks can't get that Cocoa Puff cereals, and now they got to switch to Honey Nut Cheerios?
I'm glad. So many.
I don't even like grape nuts.
I mean, it's so many other healthier options that you can have. So many other healthier options that you can have. I'm glad, because kids need to be some of these people's kids. As big as 2 heels, as my Uncle Goody would say. She was big as 2 heels.
And I ain't trying to get on anybody watching this video that's talking about if you got a big baby, but you can't tell me you birthed a big baby. No, big baby come from big eating, and you have a child that's genetically what's the word, predisposed, because some children not every child will blow up from eating, but some children will blow up from eating. And usually that don't come from no good eating, that come from that junk crap eating.
Right. And let's just be real. Okay, we know that having a perfect diet, meaning a meal plan on what you're eating, is unrealistic for a person, but you should do those and have that less. Okay, a kid wants to have nice things, but there are people who raise their kids as vegetarians and vegans who never have that stuff. They raise them as a kid, and then when the kid continues to grow, and they're at school and they realize what that is and what they eat, and they're like, "Oh, I'm good. I don't want that." So I mean, it's how you raise the kid and what you're doing in your own household. So okay, every now and then, if you want to have a Cheeto, we still know what a Cheeto is. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, if you want your kid to be big as 2 heels, keep on feeding them all that junk.
When you see a toddler with high cholesterol, you like, this is insane.
It is.
And speaking of that too, that's another great thing about what they're making adjustments. I mean, they ain't saying, but this is what look like they're going to Department of Agriculture. That's where the food is coming from. That's just like food stamps. And just food programs in school will go to the first education to the Department of Agriculture. Yeah. So that means if RFK is over that, that definitely solidifies that you're going to have more nutritious choices coming out there. And I think with food stamps, I don't know how they could kind of tell you that you can buy this and not that. But I will say that they're
I'm sure it's going to be in the system
this is what I was going with.
regulated.
That's what I was going with. Cholesterol. Did you know I just learned recently? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought high cholesterol just come from eating meat. It doesn't. High cholesterol has nothing to do with meat. Did you know that?
Well, I just know it's overall your whole diet. It's not just one particular thing.
It is your overall whole diet, but meat has no effect on your cholesterol.
Okay.
Fatty liver, high enzyme levels, junky, high processed stuff, and things that are
probably processed
crappy
sugars.
Stuff that's processed about your livers give you high cholesterol. So
think about those corn syrup.
Think about creating a generation of children with high cholesterol. That if you have a household that's always been on food stamps, and now generation how the family is sick because they buy this high fructose crap stuff, And I realized to myself, sometimes I have elevated cholesterol because I would do high. It had to be because I would eat the high fructose candy and stuff like that and never could figure out. I live such a fitness, healthy lifestyle, but love candy. And then at times, and I'm like, yo, this is that low stuff in there that keeps the people sick.
But even with that, you can still purchase healthier items with the food stamps.
Absolutely.
Many people,
that's what I'm saying.
Don't make that choice. But now they're being forced to make that choice. Look how, you don't have to. You have the option to choose. But now when it's forced upon you, you don't have a choice. You're going to do it. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
I ain't never seen a food stamp buggy full of just clean fruits and vegetables. No, that junk is everything boxed. I ain't gonna never forget. I ain't gonna lie to you. Years ago.
What?
Boy, me and my brother came up on some food stamps, and boy, we went and got so many crab legs.
Oh my God! Oh Lord, please don't tell nobody.
It wasn't no joke. It was before we had a crab feast.
Please don't tell nobody that. Please don't tell nobody that.
So everybody don't waste spending on it. Some people do spend good, but that's not the majority.
True.
When you see somebody with a big family, that cart is full of everything with a box.
And I guess they think it's because it's cheaper, but it's still cheapest is not best.
No, that's the stuff that's gonna keep you in. That's gonna move from food stamps to you going to the doctor's office, to the medicine aisle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, fat positivity is that mindset is fading. It should, because that ain't healthy.
No.
Bottom line, it's not healthy.
What looks healthy, what looks good is you in the gym, you exercise, you walking, you drinking water, you eating a balanced diet.
And you don't have to be super muscular. You don't have to be super thin. No. You need to be healthy for your height, for your age. You need to be healthy. You need to be able to walk a certain amount of distance without being out of breath. Children should be able to run and play with their friends and their classmates and activities. This is how they feel connected to school and their teachers and what's going on in the school environment. It's because they can do this too. Not if they out of breath, they tired because their parents are making poor choices and they're allowing them to say, yeah, I want this. No, boo-boo. You're not eating that tonight.
You should not.
You're not eating that, period, because I ain't buying it.
You should not have a toddler that's 120 pounds.
I have seen some kids, and I'm like, how in the world you can't even pick them up?
This boy's the weight of a cane corso.
I'm just like, you can't even, and it really infuriates me because I'm just like,
listen, and some of them big ones want you to rip your stress my lower back.
Please, I know what it's like. My mama had me I was on the Scarsdale diet at
Scarsdale.
Yes, because I gained weight when I was a kid and developed. It was called the scars. Look that up, y'all.
If you eat wrong, somebody.
Oh my God! I was the only person. I was the only person bringing tuna crackers, saltines, tuna, and tomatoes to school.
Joy came in the clutch.
In elementary school.
All the kids and they're like, ew.
Yo, so I just said that to say, because if a kid is not doing physical activities and they're eating, and it's not naturally genetic for them to be thin, your genes, your genetics plays a big part. I don't care what you say. It is. Yeah. Science says that. So they're going to pick up the weight.
And there's some people out here that can eat as much as they want to, and they will never grow. It's got people that can eat like crazy, and they won't even grow a stomach.
They'll still be out of shape, though. They can't walk a mile.
The inside will be the problematic, but the outside you can't tell.
Yep, but nevertheless,
so this is a great thing, man. This is world changing things right there, because you change a diet of people, and this is bigger than just food stamps. The Department of Agriculture alone, man, the lunch programs and stuff like that. You change the diet, you start get a healthier mind. A healthier mind start making a better human being. A better human being start contributing to this country way better to make this country grow.
Schools had started putting more healthier options in schools, a while ago, but now I'm interested to see now what new developments states are going to come up with so their communities, their schools, their families will improve.
California should be one of those states that be first one to jump on this.
Exactly.
Because they so healthy.
Pro-healthy, that's right.
Pro-healthy. I'm going to say that.
Pro-healthy.
Pro-control more so. But,
pro-healthy.
Yeah, they should be the first ones. All right, y'all.
Let us know what you think about this video.
That's right, man. Smash that like button.